Hi everyone, this is Lien and welcome back to the Time for Tea Designs YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing this sweet black monochrome card with a pop of red. I am using the Sunday Sweeties stamp set, which is one of my favorites from the last release, and I'm combining it with a wonderful paper pad called Brighter Days. Now, first of all, I know this is probably not the stamp that you thought of using some black and white or monochrome colors, but I just thought that it was really cute to do that because I can also imagine this stamp being colored in with really bright colors and festive ones and such. But just to do something different, I decided to try to have fun with my warm gray Copic markers, which I'm doing here. And so I stamped everything out using Gina Design's Amalgam ink, the black one, and then I could start coloring. So I'm starting with the cream on top of the ice cream because it was needed that this one was going to be the lightest color combination, and of course you have only a limited amount of warm gray markers that you can use. So I decided to first do that and then really change it up every other part of this image. And then for the cat I used some sort of a combination on everything a bit so that I could each time have a different Copic combo. So once I did the cream, it was time to start on the ice. Now this one I really wanted to have it the darkest color to stand out. So I really went for it with the W8 and just going from there with lighter warm gray markers. Now about the pop of red. Red and black always goes very well together, so in my opinion red and grays will also go perfectly together. Now one of my personal favorite embellishments are these heart sprinkles, and I have them in several colors, but because of the cherry I thought maybe I can combine my favorite embellishments with this card. So I took all the colors out, and of course the red was the most suited for the cherry, but I could have taken another color and for example do the ice itself, the ice cream in a pop of color, and then have that color return in the card with the sprinkles. But I went for the really simple combo for the reds, and so I took my red hard sprinkle and combined it with my color chart that I have for my Copics to find that red combination that would match with my sprinkles. So originally I was going to go all black, grays, white, but then because of the sprinkles I actually tried to find a way to incorporate it, and I really like the end result. So if you have a favorite embellishment and you want to do a monochromatic card, but although it's monochromatic you want that pop of color, then maybe one of your embellishments can guide you the way it did for me, and you can maybe incorporate it all together. That being said, I am using alcohol markers, and about the coloring that I'm doing, I start with my darkest and work my way through towards my lightest marker. However, there are many ways to Copic color or color with alcohol markers in general, because there are many brands out there, and everyone is sort of having his own method, and that's perfectly fine. I think it's all about having fun and liking the end result that you get, and I personally get the best results when I start with my darkest and work my way towards my lightest. Now if you start with a base coat of your lightest marker and then build it up, that's perfectly fine. If you build up from lightest to darkest and go back and forth until you're happy, that's also perfectly fine. Excuse me. As long as you're having fun, truly you are doing whatever you need to do. Just have fun. And so if you're new to this, then it might be a bit of a struggle Copic coloring or alcohol markers in general again. It also was a struggle for me, and I just kept trying after putting my Copic markers away for a really long time. So just know that if it's not going as smoothly as you would want it to, it will get better in time, and there might be another method of coloring that will suit you better. So just wanted to put that out there and just wish you fun while coloring. Talking about coloring, mine is sort of finished. I'm going to take the matching dies and cut the sentiment and the image out, and that's something that I truly love about Time for Tea Designs, that you also have those dies for your sentiment, and that's just great. From the Brighter Days paper pad, I took this amazing black and white striped background. I love it. The stripes aren't straight and it's a bit wonky and it's really playful, although it's black and white. So I just trimmed it down. The card that I'm making today also is a mini slimline card, which is in the American size. I think it's 6 inches and a quarter. The length and the width is 3.5 inches. Or that's the size that I know about, because of course there are always some differences. But that's what I'm doing today. I also trimmed down a white panel just for the grounding, because I have this cardstock that I'm using for my card bases. It's slightly a different white than the images or the paper where I color my images on, and therefore the edges you get with the dies, there would be a different white and I cannot handle it. So I just trimmed down a piece of that paper where I color on, which is Transotype perfect coloring paper, and used it for the grounding. Now I'm adding my image. I'm using a lot of thin foam squares on the back of this image, and actually here I wanted to show you that there are many ways or many places to actually put the sentiment, but I just kept it where I wanted it originally, also adding thin foam squares, and then I will take my T-square ruler to help me align this sentiment straight on there, because those wonky lines aren't helping today. So that being done, it was time to take my glossy accents, add it to the cherry. I love it. Definitely when you have an accent on your card, to highlight it more using some glossy accents. And then I took the heart sprinkles that inspired me to go for red as the pop of color with the cherry. And I'm just trying to get it on top of this card. Also found that on top of the ice cream it was perfect. There was enough space to add it there as well. And then I just took some liquid glue and added it all on top of it. And then this card is completely finished. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and of course that you like the end result, and that you might be inspired to do a monochromatic card with a pop of color if you want to. However, we would love to see it if you make one. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm so glad that you stopped by. I want to thank you all, and I wish you all a spectacular day. Bye!